Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So what did we learn in the previous class? We learnt about comparison of like fractions and addition of like fractions. Yes? So in today's class let us learn about subtraction of like fractions. Again, what are like fractions? Like fractions are those fractions whose denominators are the same. Yes, children, when we have two or more fractions who have the same denominators, they are called as our like fractions. Now let us look at the question here. Sonal had 5 by 6 portion of a cake in her plate. She gave 3 by 6 portion out of that to her younger brother. How much portion of the cake is she left with? What are they saying? That first Sonal had 5 by 6 portion of the cake. Yes, this cake was divided into 6 parts, and from that Sonal had 5 parts. 5 parts of cake in her plate. Now next she gave 3 by 6 portion out of that to her younger brother. Now what should you do? She gave away 3 by 6 portion to her younger brother. Now what should we do? We should find out how much portion of the cake is she left with. Okay children. Now do not consider these as fractions. Suppose if we had a normal numbers, say 5 and 3. So Sonal had 5 pieces of cake and she gave 3 pieces to her brother. How much will she be left with? How will we find out? We'll subtract. Yes, we'll do 5 minus 3. Now in the same way, we need to know how to subtract two fractions in order to answer this question. We know how to subtract whole numbers, but here we are having fractions. So we need to know how to subtract fractions to answer such type of questions. Now consider the representation of 5 by 6 and 3 by 6 children. See this is 5 by 6 here. Look at the number of portions. We are having 6 portions, of which 5 are with Sonal. Next, now of this 5 she gave away 3 to her younger brother. Yes or no? Of this 5 she gave away 3 to her younger brother. Now if you remove these 3, what are we left with? We are left with only 2 portions. 2 portions out of what children? Out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We are left with only 2 portions out of the total 6 portions. Therefore Sonal is left with 2 by 6 portion of the cake. 2 is the number of pieces she has. 6 is the number of portions the cake was divided into. Now do you remember addition of like fractions children? See, suppose if we have 5 by 6 plus 3 by 6, how did we add? We added the numerators 5 plus 3 divided by, we gave a single common denominator. Yes or no? Both are like fractions. They are having the same denominators. So we gave them one single common denominator. Next, the sum of 5 and 3 is 8 divided by our denominator 6. Now what was this? Addition of like fractions. In the same way, we have to subtract two like fractions here. 5 minus 3, the difference of the numerators, divided by the common denominator 6. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2 divided by 6. Understood children? Both addition and subtraction of like fractions, both are very similar. We just have to add or else subtract the numerators and then write the common denominator below. Yes, to subtract two like fractions, follow this step. First, subtract the smaller numerator from the bigger numerator. Retain the common denominator. And how do we write the answer? That is children, the resultant fraction as difference of the numerators divided by the common denominator. Yes or no? Yes. Now let us solve an exercise. Exercise 7.6. Add the following. It's not add, it is subtract. Subtract the following fractions. 7 by 10 minus 4 by 10. Again, how will we do that, children? 7 by 10 minus 4 by 10. We'll find out the difference of the numerators. 7 minus 4 divided by the common denominator 10. 7 minus 4 is equal to 3 divided by 10. So 7 by 10 minus 4 by 10 is equal to our 3 by 10. Yes. Next, question 2. 8 by 21 minus 3 by 21. Again, these two are like fractions. See, subtraction like this is possible only in like fractions, children. Suppose if I have 8 by 7 minus 3 by 5, I cannot subtract these two directly as I do for like fractions. Okay, you cannot apply 8 minus 3 divided by 7 or 5 or something else. Okay, that is not possible. 8 by 21 minus 3 by 21. Subtract the numerators divided by our common denominator. 8 minus 3, 5 divided by 21, which is the common denominator. So 8 by 21 minus 3 by 21 is equal to 5 by 21. Next question. 6 by 6 minus 3 by 6. 6 minus 3 divided by the common denominator 6. 6 minus 3 is equal to 2 divided by the denominator 6. Next, I'll do, yes children, I have solved which questions? 1, 2 and 3. Yes. I hope that you can solve the remaining questions 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. I'll solve 10 for you, but 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 are for you to try and solve. Subtraction of like fractions is easy only, right children? Yes. So please try it at home. Now 30 by 38 minus 1 by 38. 30 minus 1, that is subtracting the numerators, divided by 38, which is our common denominator. 30 minus 1, 29 divided by 38. So 29 divided by 38 is our difference of the given like fractions. Understood, children? Next, word problems. Now we have understood how to add and subtract the like fractions. So using that addition and subtraction, we can solve word problems. Yes. So let us look at the first example. Shubha planted flowers in 2 by 9 portion of her garden. Her sister helped her and planted flowers in 5 by 9 portion of the garden. In how much portion of the garden did they both plant flowers? Now what is the question given here? We are having Shubha who planted flowers in 2 by 9 portion of her garden, children. Okay. And then there was a sister of Shubha who helped her, and both Shubha and her sister planted flowers in another 5 by 9 portion of the garden. Now we should find out in total how much portion of the garden did they both plant the flowers. See, if you are not able to make out how to solve this because of the fractions, just replace the fractions by a number, children. Okay, if you say Shubha planted flowers in 2 portions and her sister and she planted flowers in again 5 portions. Now what will be the total number of portions? We will add these two together. Yes or no? In the same way here we need to add both of these. Which fractions? Like fractions. They are having the same denominator. So we need to add these both like fractions in order to find out the total portion in which they planted flowers. Yes, Shubha and her sister planted. Now children, This is a word problem, right? So it is important that you write the steps. What will be the step? First step, the portion in which Shubha planted flowers is equal to 2 by 9. The portion in which Shubha and her sister planted flowers is equal to 5 by 9. Now the total portion of the garden with where they planted flowers, the total portion of the garden where they planted flowers is equal to, see, Shubha and her sister planted 2 by 9 plus 5 by 9. We are adding the two given fractions, 2 by 9 plus 5 by 9. Now when you are adding here, how to add the like fractions again? We need to simply add the numerators given. Here he took it as, in the question here it is taken as 5 by 2. You can write it as, 5 plus 2. You can write it as 2 plus 5 as well, children. Okay. There is no particular rule that it should be added in the same way. Yes. So 2 plus 5 divided by the common denominator 9. Now 2 plus 5 is equal to 7 divided by 9. So what is the total portion? Therefore they both planted in 7 by 9 portion of the garden. So what is the total portion in which they have potted plants? 7 by 9 portion of the garden. Clear, children? Next, example 2. Sharma sold 1 by 4 of the potatoes from a sack which was 2 by 4 full of potatoes. What fraction of the potatoes was left in the sack? Again, see, again as I said, here we are having Sharma who has sold 1 by 4 of the potatoes. What did he do? He sold 1 by 4 of the potatoes from where? From a sack. What does a sack mean? Sack means a big, sack means a very big bag in which the vegetables are stored, children. If you have ever gone to a vegetable market, you can see that the people there are sitting with big sacks of vegetables. Yes, so Sharma sold 1 by 4 of the potatoes from this sack, and this sack was 2 by 4 full of potatoes. Okay, in this sack there were 2 by 4 potatoes, and from the sack Sharma sold 1 by 4 of the potatoes. Now what should we find out? We should find out the fraction of potatoes that was left in the sack. Now what will be the first step? Portion of potatoes sold by Sharma is equal to 1 by 4. Portion of potatoes in the sack. Yes, fraction of potatoes in the sack is equal to 2 by 4. Fraction of potatoes sold by Sharma is equal to 1 by 4. Now, fraction of the potatoes left in the sack. The fraction of the potatoes left with Sharma or left in the sack is equal to how much? We need to subtract both the given like fractions. 2 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Actually there were 2 by 4 potatoes, but Sharma has sold only 1 by 4 potatoes. So 2 by 4 minus 1 by 4. Subtract the numerators. 2 minus 1 divided by our common denominator 4. So 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 divided by 4. So what can we conclude, children? Therefore Sharma is left with only 1 by 4 of the potatoes. Now coming to exercise 7.7, solve the following word problems in your notebook. Okay, I am just going to discuss the word problems with you, children. You try and solve them in your notebook with proper steps. The first question is, it was Chavi's birthday party. Rahul has 1 by 4 portion of the cake. He gets 2 by 4 portion of a cake from his friend. Now how much cake does Rahul have now? So in this birthday party, Rahul had 1 by 4 portion of the cake, and then his friend also gives him another 2 by 4 portion of the cake. Now what will be the total portion of the cake that he has? Yes, we need to add these two. When we add 1 by 4 and 2 by 4 together, we will find out how much cake does Rahul have now. Next, question 2. At the birthday party, the girls ate 1 by 7 portion of a pizza and the boys ate 2 by 7 portion of the pizza. How much pizza did the boys and girls eat in all? Now again at the birthday party, what did girls do? Girls ate 1 by 7 portion of a pizza. Yes or no? And then what did the boys do? The boys ate 2 by 7 portion. Now how much did both boys and girls eat in all together? How will we find out? We need to add. Yes, when we add the portion ate by girls and then the portion ate by boys together, 2 by 7 plus 1 by 7, we will get the total portion which was eaten by both girls and boys. Next, question 3. At the party, the girl won 3 by 7 of the games played and the boys won 2 by 7 of the games played. How many games did they win in all? Again, a similar question which is similar to question 2, children. Yes, girls won 3 by 7 of the games played and boys won 2 by 7. What does this mean? That means that there were 7 games conducted in total, out of which girls won 3 games. And again, out of the same 7 games, boys won 2 games. Yes, they won those games. That means they came first. Girls came first in 3 games and boys came first in 2 games. Now how many games did they win in all? How to find out again? We need to add 2 by 7 plus 3 by 7. So that we'll get the total wins by the both boys and girls. Next, Ramesh bought 2 by 8 meter of green ribbon and 5 by 8 meter of blue ribbon for tying gifts. How much more blue ribbon did he buy than the green ribbon? Now what are they saying? Ramesh bought 2 by 8 meter now of green ribbon. You know a ribbon, right, children? See, this is what is tied on the gift pack is called as our ribbon, and ribbon is measured in meters. Okay, the length of ribbon is measured in meters, just like we have centimeters, right? Yes, so just like in centimeters, 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters. Okay, from that meter, Ramesh bought only 2 by 8 of a meter of weight of what of green ribbon and 5 by 8 meter of blue ribbon. Now which was bought more? Blue ribbon was bought more, yes. Ramesh bought only 2 of green ribbon but 5 of blue ribbon. Now we should find out how much more blue ribbon did he buy than the green ribbon. How will we find this out, children? Yes, we need to subtract. Subtract what? Is it 2 by 8 minus 5 by 8? No, it is 5 by 8 minus 2 by 8. Here 5 by 8 is the bigger portion. So that should be larger portion. So it should be written first. And then after the subtraction sign, we should write 2 by 8, which is a smaller portion. Now when we subtract, we will get the difference between the length of 2 ribbons. Okay, understood word problem? Now before ending our class for today, let us do a small revision exercise, children. Okay, this exercise will sum up what all we have learnt in the chapter fractions. Coming to the first one, shade 2 by 4 in blue and 2 by 3 in yellow in the following figures. What are they saying? Where we have 2 by 4 portion, that is to be shaded in blue, and where we have 2 by 3, that is to be shaded in yellow color. Now I am having blue here. Okay. 2 by 4 means what? Out of 4 portion, 2 portions should be shaded in blue. Out of 4 parts, 2 parts should be shaded in blue. Now if you look at figure A, it is divided into 4 parts. Yes. So here I have to shade 2 parts in blue. So this is 1 and 2. So when I shade these 2 parts in blue, so this will represent what, children? It will represent the fraction 2 by 4. Yes. Next, coming to question B. Here we are having 3 parts. Now when we have 3 parts here, 2 by 3 is to be shaded in yellow. That means out of the given 3 parts, 2 are to be shaded in yellow. So let me take the yellow color here. Yes, so 1 part, then 2. So here 2 parts are shaded in yellow. So this becomes our 2 divided by the total number of parts 3. So this represents the fraction 2 by 3. Again, figure C. It is divided into 4 equal parts, children. See, 1, 2, 3 and 4 equal parts. Now here we are having 4. So 2 by 4 is to be done in blue. 2 by 4 part is to be shaded in blue. Yes or no? Yes. So I am shading 1 and then 2 parts in blue. So this will represent our fraction 2 by 4. Here I am not able to shade or fill the color properly, children, but whenever such type of questions are asked in the exam, color the boxes properly. Understand? Next, question D. Here we are having 3 shapes. Yes or no? We are having 3 shapes. Now out of 3, what should you do? You should shade 2 in yellow. So again, yellow 1, 2. So we have shaded 2 shapes out of 3 in yellow. So this will represent our fraction 2 by 3. Understood, children? Yes. Coming to the next one. Fill in the blanks. In the fraction 5 by 10, dash is the numerator and dash is the denominator. Okay. Now if you are able to answer all the questions correctly, children, what we are discussing now, it means that you have understood the chapter fractions very nicely. Okay, you have understood the chapter fractions completely, and if you are getting any doubts in certain questions, it means that you are not clear with the concept, and if possible, try to hear that concept once again and practice it so that it becomes clear. Now in the fraction 5 by 10, dash is the numerator and dash is the denominator. Now we all know in a fraction we have 2 things. One is a numerator and the other is denominator. Now from this 5 by 10, what is the numerator, children? Yes, the number written on top 5 is the numerator and the number written on down is called as our denominator. 10 becomes our denominator. Next, question B. In the given figure, the shaded portion represents dash. Now how many parts are shaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 divided by, what are the total number of parts? We are having 5 parts and out of which 4 are shaded. So it will be represented as 4 by 5. Total number of shaded parts divided by the total number of parts in the figure. Yes. So this figure, in the figure, the shaded portion represents 4 by 5. Now, match the following. What should we do, children? We should match the following. Now, if you look at the first one, we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 caps. So, the denominator will be 5, out of which 2 are colored. So, 2 by 5 is our fraction. Now, next, 1 by 5 of 20. So, how to find out this 1 by 5 of 20 means, children? We need to divide 20 by 5. 20 divided by 5. That is nothing but 5 4s are 20, and when we subtract, 0 is remaining. So, what is the answer? 4 is our answer. 1 by 5 of 20 is 4. Next, in 6 by 12, the numerator is dash. What is the numerator? The numerator is our 6. Next, the fraction 8 by 11 is dash. Now, if you look at the options here we are having 2 by 5 and here also we are having 2 by 5. So, this becomes our first match, and here we are having, let me take another color, say 6, and here also we are having 6. So, again this becomes our correct match. And if you count the objects here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, this is divided into 11 parts, out of which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, out of which 9 parts are shaded. This is 9 by 11. I think here the question is wrong. It should be 9 by 11. So, the fraction 9 by 11 is what? The fraction 9 by 11 is this. This is our fraction 9 by 11. And the only thing that is remaining is 1 by 5 of 20. That is nothing but 4, as I said, children. See, if you look at here, 4 smileys are put in a box. And what are the total smileys? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yes, out of 20, 1 by 5 means what? These 4 smileys. So, 1 by 4 of 20 means this. Understood, children? Match the following. Next, classify the following fractions into proper, improper and mixed fractions. Do you remember what are these proper, improper and mixed fractions? Proper fractions are those where the numerator is less than the denominator. Improper fractions are those when the numerator is greater than the denominator. And mixed fractions have both whole number and a fraction. Do you remember the example that I gave? The example of a father and a child. Yes, father should be below and the child should be above. That means smaller number divided by the greater number. This will be our proper fraction. If you look at the options, first let us circle mixed fractions. Okay, because they are the easiest to find. 5, 7 by 9 and 1, 2 by 11 become our mixed numbers. Now coming to proper fractions, let us circle it with green color. 3 by 5, yes, numerator is less than denominator. Again 2 by 7 and 4 by 23. In all these 3 cases, the numerator is less than our denominator, so they become our proper fractions. Now coming to improper fractions, let us circle them with blue color. 7 by 4, 11 by 9 and 13 by 7. These 3 become our improper fractions where the numerator is greater than the denominator. Understood, children? Now coming to the last question for today. Compare the fractions and put appropriate signs. Now how do we compare the fractions? They should be like fractions, and in case of like fractions where the denominators are same, we compare the numerators and put the appropriate sign. Yes or no? When we compare 3 and 1, what is the result? 3 is greater than 1. So the fraction 3 by 5 is greater than 1 by 5. Next, 11 by 13 and 12 by 13. Again the denominators are same. So comparing the numerators, 11 and 12. 11 is less than 12. So 11 by 13 is less than 12 by 13. Next, 17 by 13 and 17 by 20. This should be 23. 17 by 23 and 17 by 23. Now these two are equal. Yes or no? Both the numerators and denominators are same. So 17 by 23 is equal to 17 by 23. Understood, children?